Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji Maharaj, to the Divine Mother, and all sages and saints, and to each of you, divine soul, watching today's satsang. We are currently studying the Holy Scripture, Worship of God as Mother, commentaries by my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji, and narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So today we will be studying the new chapter, From Darkness to Light. It is from the Mysticism of Maha in the Ratri Sukta of Rig Veda. So this is coming directly from the Vedas. We will not get into the Sanskrit component chanting. We will just read the meaning and then the mystical impact and the mystical meaning of this prayer also. So the plan of Durga sapta-shati, the scripture dealing with divine worship, finds its roots in the Ratri Sukta, a hymn from the Rig Veda in praise of the goddess of night. Ratri means night. Sukta is a prayer. Here is a simple version of that hymn which was revealed by sage Bhardvaja. So all these revelations that the sages and saints had came to them during their meditations, and that is why the Vedas are so profound. So it says, Om, the all-pervading Devi, having created the jivas or individual souls of this universe, she expresses her numerous glories in order to provide fruits for their karmas. And so that is the first sukta, first prayer. The second one, this goddess is immortal. She permeates this universe. She encompasses the creepers of the forests of the world that grow downwards as well as trees that grow upwards. She destroys darkness by the light of wisdom. That is Sukta number 2. Sukta number 3. The goddess of night, who is pure consciousness, having manifested, reveals her sister Usha, the goddess of dawn, who destroys the darkness of ignorance. Sukta number 4. May that goddess of night be propitious for us. It is by her advent that we sleep soundly in our homes, much in the same way as birds repose joyously in their nest. Sukta number 5. In the loving arms of the goddess, all human beings, cows, horses, and other animals, birds that fly in the air, such as hawks and pigeons, and even the moths and other small creatures all sleep peacefully. Sukta number 6. O goddess of night, may thou be gracious to free me from the she-wolf of vasanas. Vasanas are subtle desires based upon ignorance and egoism, and the he-wolf of sinful karmas. Free me from thieves in the form of anger, hatred, and others, and lead me across the world process, because thou are the bestower of liberation. Sukta number 6. Sukta number 7. O Usha, the goddess of dawn, the presiding deity of the night, this all-encompassing darkness has enveloped me from all sides. You who relieve your devotees of their burdens by paying their debts, may you relieve us of ignorance or avidya. That is Sukta number 7. And the last Sukta, Sukta number 8, says, O goddess of night, thou art like a milk cow, the nourisher of the soul and the giver of desired objects. Having approached thee, I seek thy grace by offering my prayers unto thee. O daughter of the luminous sky, the ether of the self, by thy grace I have conquered my enemies of anger, hate, and others. May thou accept my offerings. So in the Sanatan Dharma, prayers are a very big part of the spiritual journey. About 90% of what we do is to glorify the divine, the divinity, because it's her energy, his energy, Brahman, all that has been created for us to enjoy. The air, the water, the fire, the air, the ether, earth. All these things are not our ours. We have not created it. We are simply using them, and then we use them and we depart again. So therefore, while we are here, we have to be humble and pray and be thankful for all the gifts we have received. Mystic meaning of this sukta that we just read, all these six, Swamiji's genius in explaining these deep insights of Vedas, which are easily coming to us in the comfort of our homes. So please take a minute to close your eyes and be thankful for this blessing that has come to you. The richness of the spiritual imagery expressed in these earliest revelations is boundless. The predicament of the soul as it journeys through the world process is compared to the predicament of a traveler who has wandered away from home and finds himself lost in a forest during the darkness of the night. Just try to picture that. You are lost, it's night and it's a forest and you are lost. How would we feel? But instead of being confounded by the darkness that seems to engulf him, he discovers a mystic insight. He realizes that there is a divine basis behind that terrifying darkness, the mother of that darkness. This darkness of the night, which offers terrifying conditions to those who are lost, is also the giver of rest and peace to all living beings. It is due to the grace of that dark night that all living beings go to sleep, even as infants rest in the arms of their mothers. Esoterically speaking, the dark night is symbolic of Maya Shakti. Maya means the cosmic illusion, power of cosmic illusion. The souls are encompassed by the dark night of Maya. Led by their karmas, they wander from one embodiment to another. During this process, the Divine Mother, assuming the role of ignorance, provides comfort and solace to them in a negative manner, which means that since the soul is not yet ready to walk on that journey, it keeps that soul occupied in the worldly process as avidya. So, and that was the hymn we were singing, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Maya Rupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha, etc. And it's very long, but just to give you a flavor of what Guruji is trying to express here. As long as spiritual insight has not dawned, ignorance keeps a person oblivious to the manifold miseries that encompass him from all sides. Because of avidya, we are glued to the world process. We do not develop dispassion. We do just a little bit of spirituality, but not enough to succeed and bypass the escape velocity. We are always glued to the world. Thus, the force of ignorance and delusion is of importance in one's spiritual evolution. Just as a person with weak eyesight needs to keep his eyes protected by colored glass, in the same due to the heat of the sun, in the same manner, by creating the veils of illusion, the goddess keeps the tender vision of her children shielded against the glaring lights of the self. So the soul has to be ready to accept that light first. So, however, just as the dark night glides on to a state of golden dawn, in the same manner, when the goddess of night is propitiated, she assumes a different aspect. She becomes the goddess of dawn, Usha. The dark clouds that seem terrifying now become transformed into silvery clouds and are decked with colorful robes woven by the rays of light. So, what wondrous transformation the goddess of dawn brings in the firmament of the sky. So, that's beautiful, and we will be covering more of this tomorrow. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Om Tat Sat.